Coach, how'd he go?
Outer Haven.
Assemble!
Yeah.
Yeah, Jedi. Team player. But guys, we're basically streaming 860 Part 2 because some of us, including myself, Maras, and uh the Master Chief, weren't there earlier in the day, so we're gonna kind of top out the chapter as well. So starting off, can we talk about that one fucking cover page? Or not? Sorry, not cover page. The big panel with the fucking Sesame Street creatures.
Yeah,
That was like my favorite part of the
I
chapter by
like
far.
Birdman.
for real. Like, because Oda's introduced a bunch of different races, but he hasn't, like, I don't know, like, I don't think he's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a Minkman. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
just gonna
he's
be
not.
something
Look at his
super trolly.
hands. His hands
No,
are.
no, that's what I'm saying. Though it's gonna be something super trolly. Like, yeah, man, bird is a word. Like, don't you know? Like,
Yeah, I think he's like literally one of those birds. Those birds that bring the newspaper.
so fucking trolly.
They're the only things that can communicate with humans in any way, other than Chopper can communicate with animals. But
Yep.
they're like the only animal that can do anything like that.
Yeah.
Something's weird about them.
Yeah, no, dude, I was dying when I saw that shit. And then like
Yeah.
my favorite, like, well, here of those people, who's your guys' favorite? Because my
Gotta
two
be
would
bird.
probably either Big Bird or the Undertaker guy.
Mm.
But Big Bird, I think, is just he was too good.
Big Bird is too good. That big ass dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just for like the jokes aspect of it, that was super funny. You know?
Yeah,
I like the guy with the weird legs in the front, but even though he looks kind of stupid,
Yeah, dude, he completely missed leg day, dude.
his,
I
yeah,
felt
his
like I
legs
was
are
wondering what the
fucking
fuck was up with
tiny.
that. But yeah, like I thought it was interesting that like we got from like the last chapter, like kind of a reintroduction of the characters that they kind of like talked about in secret. Like some of the citizens were like, oh yeah, like that big family that like the conglomerate of like the Morgans and the Rudfeld that we now see in this chapter. And then we got some new characters like the Strucy family, which is the red light district girl, and then like the warehouse guy, which is like the drinker. And like I don't know why I feel like the warehouse guy reminded me of like I don't know why, like some like fucking crazy like McDonald's looking dude. I don't know. He looked like some kind of like fast food guy. And then you got the fucking like the captain pirate guy. And well, he was in charge of shipping, if I remember correctly. So we talked about a little bit in the Discord, but like I'm guessing that all these guys are basically like together in like some form. Like they're
Yeah.
like a combined unit. Like these are who own the underground in total. I feel like these are the top of the underground people. That's my guess. Because like they were kind of like the end point. Like they monopolized it in a sense. Like you had someone who like was the drug trafficker, someone who was the prostitute trafficker. Then you had someone who controlled the information network, the news, all that stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then for the guy in the back right, I saw today on Twitter that some people were saying that that might be someone related to Crocodile.
I heard that too. I don't personally think
Like I
so.
just feel like someone that looks similar. That's all I think it is. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't be too surprised if it's something like that. Because I still like wouldn't be surprised if Crocodile at one point in time was one of the 5 family leaders, maybe, and left. I don't know. Um, Now, do you guys think that this underground network people are born into it, or do you think they like
They're
straight up
definitely born into that shit, bro.
okay?
Like, no, for example, like the bird guy, the Morganis family guy, like it's gonna just be something like, yeah, no, my dad was the best, and now I own the family business. So like here I am.
Yeah.
You know,
Because like the only person I feel like that looked out of nowhere was the Strucy girl. Like the only girl
Mm.
she fits the role, but I'm saying like she was the most human looking person I felt
Yeah,
like.
like regular looking.
Yeah, like everyone else looked like how you would kind of imagine like an underground broker, I feel like. And then one thing I noticed was the Undertaker guy, which I talked about before, like how like again this is probably just like me like going too much to it, but like obviously Undertaker, like sign of death, like the Reaper, or whatever, but like he does look a bit like Killer to some point. Like in the same like aesthetics look, like he has a scythe.
That
The
was the
mask,
first thing I thought when I saw him.
like the mask. Like, I would be surprised because Killer was called what Killer of the Massacre or something like that. So like, I would be surprised if he maybe worked under these people, like under that, like if that was like his older brother or something weird like that. I don't know, because I feel like a lot of the characters like later in the series or even prior in the series
Gonna be
that we've
related
seen,
to people.
yeah, exactly, like because I feel like these are kind of like the like I don't know, they're the warlords of the underground system. I feel like they're the top of the top, like they own everything, like anything that's related to the news, like this fucking Big Bird dude, completely related to. which explains the Doflamingo scenario where like we had the information network changed. So then, do you think that they're going to have ties to the government specifically? Like, I'm sure that they all have some relation to the government, but do you think they work for the government, or do you think they're like a freelancer?
I think the newspaper guy has some type, like, not like an obligation to them, but like in the sense that freelance would be a better word, where he's like, I'm making more money off them. You know what I mean? Like, I have my underground business, and now I have this legit thing where they just pay me. You know?
Yeah.
I just found it really weird that the guy that delivers the news to everybody on that verse was an underground guy.
Like, it's interesting that you say, because like in the sentence, I'm pretty sure he says something along the lines of like, basically everything reaches the underground, and then like like later down the line, like however long that is, it reaches the world. So like everyone in the underground are like completely caught up, and they know what's going on. Where like normal citizens, they don't learn the shit till later.
Yeah,
and plus it's also like because he's in the underground, right? Like, for example, like he can put out whatever he wants to in the news. So he, like, for example, the way in Alabasta, how they said it was Smoker who took down Crocodile, you know? Like, people, like, there are a couple people in the world who knew it was actually Luffy, but Common Core citizens literally just read the newspaper and like, yep, that's what happened, you know?
Yep.
Like, he literally can change, like, the way the world thinks in and of himself.
I found that very interesting.
Yeah, dude. OP.
And then
he's fucking Big Bird. Like, come on, man.
I thought that was awesome. I think that's so.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
That's so clever.
Like, I like the design too, because it looks something like out of a Godfather, like mafia style movie.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that he made it look like a real bird. Like, it looks like a real bird just wearing clothes.
Now we're gonna get the fucking the count from Sesame Street. So they're gonna get some guy living in like a dumpster.
Because I looked at his hands immediately. I was like, "Does he have mink hands?" And it was just a wing. I was like, "Oh,
I do. He literally looks like it. Like Dan said earlier, like he looks like just a straight up bird.
No, he is. That's it. He's a bird and he has clothes on. That's really it, dude.
I found that so interesting. But then it kind of made sense because when I first started paying attention to this fucking story, the birds that bring the news, I was like, how the fuck how are they able to comprehend what to do? But that makes way more sense now.
It does.
Yeah.
No, what's up, Nando?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Yeah, now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just leave and rejoin. It's good.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like, one thing I thought was interesting is like if you look at the Undertaker guy, the main thing that I noticed was his armband on the left, which was like a symbolization of like the Nazi regime and like the leaders of it, kind of like I'm spacing on what they were called at the time. But do you
guys remember the big guy in the back?
Yeah.
The loan shark guy?
Did he not look like Urog to you? It was just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, his face, like the way the face has that like upward smiling look. I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting. If you look at it closely, it looks a lot like.
The closest person I do think he looks like was like Crocodile. I feel like. But like I was gonna real quick say is like
I can see that. I can see that.
But the armband reminded me of some of the Nazi regime. So I don't know if he's gonna have specific ties to like Germany, as they're supposed to be the Third Reich in the series.
You know the movie with Brad Pitt about the Nazis? I forgot the name.
You talking about the newer one that came out?
Yeah, it's from
that one with the tank.
Tarantino.
The Tarantino movie. Yeah, there's one guy that is hiding in a tunnel, and then he's gonna kill all the German guys. He looks like that guy, the butcher's guy.
I don't know why I can't think of the name of that movie, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now, do you guys think then, because the next like page, right, we see obviously Perospero, who clearly knows who Struzzi is, which is interesting. Which they probably all do. Like that dude, like I'm not gonna lie, that candy escalator, that's a feat. I feel like.
I'm telling you, everybody sleeps on that fucking brother or the son, that one that with the candy fruit.
Oh, dude, like, from what we see, like,
I mean, his power is so overpowered. It's just crazy.
Like if his candy ejected bullets, which I think are literally just like his power, right? He just creates like candy bullets. Like they're so OP that they can go through the iron bodies of Germa.
He can make candy everything. He remade Punk Hazard's fucking lab.
Yeah.
Out of candy on fucking.
Like she said, like it's even better.
Like you guys realize that all the Big Moms, most of her family can. It's like fantasy. They could do whatever they imagine almost. Cracker
Oh,
could build houses and whatever he wanted. Like
Yo ho
their
ho!
Oh,
imagination.
what's going on, Graham?
what's
What's
up,
going
man?
on,
Grim.
Spud?
Grim is all over the
Ugh.
place today.
But yeah, we're just talking about the Parasparrow right now and like how OP his fruit is, like how
And he touches
versatile I should
anybody, he
say.
turns them into candy, and it's just oh,
Like I feel like this fruit
So
isn't really normally OP. It's just like what he can actually do with it is what makes it OP.
Yeah.
I was kind of underwhelmed because like it just seems like a lot of these people, even though they have like dynamic fruit abilities, it, they don't seem to be like battle capable or like not that their fruits
seems
aren't battle
weird,
capable,
huh?
but they
Like they're lacking
themselves
something. Like
yeah
like
the
they're lacking
practitioners
something.
themselves don't seem to have like a lot of battle prowess. So I was kind of underwhelmed by that part.
Seems like they're lacking something. Like it's like the guy standing there without his weapon, something like that. It seems like that to me.
Maybe because he's so OP, he doesn't need a weapon, Chatty.
I understand that. That's what
I'm
you're
j-
going for.
He is his magical
But it's
staff.
the only person like fucking Smoothie, for example. Like,
Can you guys hear me?
she's just a bitch sitting there.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now we can.
Okay, because I was talking before, you
Steve-O.
guys can hear me. But I was
What's
trying to
up?
say that whole like Sparrow thing, like it really shows like he has master control of his devil fruit. Like
Big time.
most
I mean,
of the
escalator
things
with
there are made by
He
him,
made
and then like he made not stairs but an escalator.
escalator.
Escalator, yes. But also the candy jacketed bullets thing. I remember me and Chatty were like discussing that like
Oh yeah,
it
for
might
sure.
it might not be only like Sparrow on the like making the bullets because like
Oh yeah, I think it's both of them. I think it's the brother
all
and
hard
Cat.
candies are made with like the actual candy and then surfaced with potato starch,
Starch
which
and
is like
sugar.
gelatin in the end,
So it's
Yo,
and
just
like
starch
DGK.
and
it
sugar.
hardens
Yeah,
it after
If you
that.
if you look up
And
how
then
they
you
make
think
Mike and Ike's, or you look up how they make lemon heads, you look up how they make anything like that. It's made in a fucking concrete mixer basically. And they cover it in starch
What were we
once
gonna
they
say?
put the first batch.
So that would explain
Do you
how the jelly beans work.
And that's kind of what I
pretty
figured. I
much.
figured it was like he's got the fucking fruit for what he exactly what he has and what it says, and then they can mix their two fruits together to make that super incredibly hard jacketed bullet.
What were we
That
gonna
mom, that big mom was talking about in the gun with pudding. Same shit.
Pudding, yeah.
Grim, what are you saying, bro?
I mentioned earlier that like I believed that Big Mom's gonna kill everybody at the wedding. Is that crazy?
Everybody.
like? I wouldn't be. Well, dude,
It
I want
wouldn't
to say
Be too
this.
I
surprising, dude.
think a lot of people are gonna die at that wedding, and
Like
we
I,
just
No, Grim's saying like everyone's on the chopping block, even
I
the
feel like
guests.
no. Well, like this is how I see it, right? If she's
Loki's
inviting
not gonna
everyone
die.
specifically to kill them, yeah. But if she's inviting everyone in general that she knows, I doubt it.
They already killed one.
Well, no, yeah, but I think he was going to try to betray them because like he didn't come to the last wedding. That was on him.
Still,
But I'm saying
I'm
like
not.
he got a jelly bean through his head.
Yeah, I don't think we can make that specification yet. If like she invited them to kill them, or if she just invited them in general.
I
But the
was
reason
one
why I
of those other
say,
guys, though.
the reason why I believe that she's gonna kill everybody is
everything at the
when whenever we saw the Sparrow scene, he made the escalator, or whatever. We saw that I think her name's Spurry or Tussie.
Brucey.
She like that's what it is. Yeah, she had like a surprised look that she made that design, but then immediately after, Peril Sparrow like had a very devious look while she was looking at all the guests,
It's hard to
and we
tell
know
if
this
that's
to be
just
the
how he
last of the
looks.
guests. So like
It's
I kind of had the impression that like she's intently like watching them for some reason, and that she has a plan, or that there is a plan for these guests. And I believe the plan to be like a murder of every guest that's coming, including the Vince Smokes.
Real quick, are you talking about Strucy said that you're saying that when she had that look, like the exclamation mark?
No. I'm talking about Peril Sparrow.
it's,
She had her
it's
look
hard to
right after
tell.
that.
It's
Right,
hard
yeah,
to tell
right.
if that's his eyes, like him like squinting deviously, or
But
if it's just the way he looks, because his
But you-
tongue's always out no matter
you're talking
what.
about on the page with the candy escalator, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and he has
but
like
like
those lines over his eyes.
yeah,
To the bottom left.
with that, I thought no, yeah, I agree with you on there. Like clearly he's like
Like
I thought.
something's up.
Yeah, I thought honestly that she might try to kill them, but like to
kind of
me,
looks like
it
that all the
almost doesn't
time,
make
though.
sense
You gotta
because like
remember.
if they're really in charge of like all the major things like the news and shit like that, I don't think she'd be ballsy enough or stupid enough to like fuck with that because like she might be stronger than them in total, but like why would you want to take someone out that could be of use to you? You know what I mean?
Well, one thing I do agree that they are of use to her, and one thing that we were talking about earlier is that Big Mom could be using these people as like a form of like propaganda control. For example, if events that she does or that whatever she happens to do, like she could change the perception that people have of her, but through the newspaper, and that's a large amount of
I
control.
think they're
But
there for the
I believe it makes sense that there may be a point where the newspaper, betrayed Big Mom and they portrayed her in a negative manner, and now she's retaliating in the form by, hey, I'm gonna invite you to my wedding.
I think they're.
Have
I think
fun.
they're
Now
there.
I'm gonna kill you.
I think they're there for the Vin smokes personally. I think like they were part of their
The main thing I thought with that was like the Big Bird dude, right? Like he said that he has ties to the Vince Smokes, right? It's like I thought,
How's
like
he gonna react when he sees them getting shot up? You know?
yeah, like I think
I
I don't
think
know.
that's even more reason to kill them because he has a connection with the Vince.
No, I
Smokes.
think so too. But I'm saying like at the same time, like if you're that big of an important person and just in general the world, like for instance, if he's really in charge of all the news coups, right? Most likely he is, and that's like a huge part of the world government, right?
I think
Like
he's responsible for
I
them
doubt,
being able to do that.
yeah, I doubt though that they would like be balls enough to fuck with the world government like that, because like the world government
Remember,
would then have to
That's
retaliate.
what I said. That I was like, it's weird to me that that guy's in charge of everybody's news and that's first.
remember what
Great.
Pudding said when she said she's gonna have to change everybody's memories? I think that's what she was referring to.
It would
Big
be
Mom just plans on changing her wedding guest memories after they killed the Germa. Like, you didn't see that part. It's just
it would be
Could be
crazy
that'd be a fucking
if it's
clever ass plan then.
it'd be crazy if it's one of those scenarios, right, where like they've been through this exact scenario so many times that now she's like, oh wait, this seems familiar, like something like that.
Do you guys? Because you know how Cat Curry can see in the future to a slight degree.
Yeah.
Do you think that Luffy, like, you know how Luffy said he's going to make it appear, he's going to make an entrance, and so I'm not going to spoil it for you to Chopper or whatever. Do you think his, like, you know how he has the voice all things, everything. You can hear the elephant. He's got the fucking hockey. He's got all it. You think that and that part, like how he's got the same shit as Roger. Do you think that's going to keep him from Katakuri's hockey? Do you think he
I
like
don't see how
Katakuri?
it
Katakuri should still be able to tell what he's doing in the
Basically, I'm saying, do you think he'll be able to tell what everything's going to go on except for what Luffy's doing?
No, I think he'll still
No,
know.
Luffy shouldn't be exempt. He
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
like, it's not like a shield.
Plus,
thing,
also,
so.
like, even though he has the same stuff, like, for example, don't
I
forget.
was just trying to figure out a way that maybe it would, because I feel like there's something tied into why Luffy said, I'm going to make a special entrance. That was so weird to me when he said that.
I could see it being something like this. Like imagine if he's hiding. Imagine if he's hiding inside the cake, right? And Kaguri knows he's inside the cake, right? Like he can't go and fuck with the cake in front of Big Mom. Like if he only has a couple seconds.
I would think he would just say, Mom, get that big.
No, but I'm saying like.
No, but Big Mom would get so mad that someone's in the cake, like he can't, you know.
I'm just saying, like, for instance. Here, I just want to say something real quick, and then I'll let you go.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
But like if he's in the cake, right, and Kaguri right before Luffy jumps out, he realizes, right, because if he has like a 5-second window for his like time that he can see into, and he tries to run over the cake, right, he can't really touch it because if Kaguri fucks with the cake, Big Mom is not gonna care. That's Kaguri, you know what I mean? Like she's still gonna be pissed off. Like, what are you doing to the cake? So like I feel it might be something like that, where like that would save him from being killed.
I feel like she would be feeling that it's more important, but I think she knows about everything already. So
yeah, I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
feel like, look at how Smoothie and Katakuri react around Big Mom. They're not as afraid. Like,
they're brother and sister for sure.
they're not as afraid. And even Pudding talks back to her mom sometimes. So I feel like different children
all the normal ones
are treated differently.
Look like they're treated differently. Like,
I actually heard a pretty interesting theory. I was talking to Matt B earlier, and you guys know how, like, for example, humans, whenever you're like doing anything, your body works by stimuli. Like the amount of stimulus that you can like receive. It's what allows you to interact with the world. But to a certain extent, if you receive too much stimulus, it becomes difficult to receive and interpret all of it. So the thing that Matt brought up is that what if you can overwhelm Katakuri's haki with chaos? As in, like, so many different types of stimuli going on that he can't focus on one, or that he can't react to all the different types of stimuli that are occurring, and that allows you to get past some of get past his hockey. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Yeah, exactly. I was kind of thinking something along those lines. Like,
well, that should make sense because the strides are all over the place, always, every time, everywhere. So it should make sense that they could make a problem for Katakuri in some way in that point that you're making.
Because up until this
No,
chapter, this whole time I was sitting there going, the only thing she can't know about is that bomb. So we still got that. It's gonna be cool. But now she can
like
fucking know about the bomb. God damn
I
it.
feel
Yeah.
like, but the same could be said about Fujitora. So I feel like there has to be a way
No, I
he
think
would be able to
Fujitora
focus his. No, I know it's not the same thing, but if
okay.
stimuli overpowered it, Fujitora was on an island with millions of people, and he was able to pick out which voice what they were saying. So I
I
feel
agree.
like Katakuri should be able to narrow his vision to a certain point. Like,
The example that I want to use to actually like exemplify what I'm saying is that, for example, you have Straw Hat Luffy in front of him, and he's like in battle form, like full out about to fight you, no restraints. And then
Yeah.
you get a rocket or several rockets, or you get somebody running up towards Big Mom with a rocket, or several people running up towards Big Mom with several rockets, and they're
Distracted, you're
now
saying?
not a distraction, well, kind of a distraction, yeah. But all those things are both
You're
happening
saying
at the
like he
same
wouldn't be
time.
able to realize what everyone else is doing, right? Because he's like kind of honing in
Yeah,
on one person,
basically
right?
No,
that's
no,
what
no, no. I don't not realize because I do believe his hockey can like engulf an entire area and he
yeah,
can
you
still
think it's a
perceive it ahead of
360
time.
degree? You think it's a 360
I'm
degree
saying
like
he
knowing?
similar to that. I'm saying he won't be able to react to those things
Yeah.
happening at the same time.
Okay, okay. So you say he'll know it's happening. He just can't do anything about it.
Yes, because
I
he'll have to
feel
deal with
like
Luffy in
he,
front of him,
I got you.
and then
Okay, because
yeah,
I was wondering if everybody was thinking he what he was focusing on, the singularity thing, if that's what he could see in the future too, or if
No,
he
I
had a
think he just sees in the
360,
future.
like a
Period, dude.
360 degree vision of the future. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everything he sees is.
okay, I have a counterpoint to Grim. We already saw
No
his
counterpoint.
jelly bean. So imagine he
Counterpoint.
sees all the combatants and he just starts firing off jelly beans, and all the people that were going to react just start getting pierced.
He does. All
100%.
he has to do is flick those goddamn beans.
100%. I do agree with that. He does have the ability, and we haven't even seen his offensive ability, so he could possibly react to almost anything. But what I'm saying is that I believe it to be a possible like not a counter, but a possible tactic that you could use to like combat his like preemptive observation hockey. That, for example, we saw his hockey. It not only allows you to understand and see what's happening with one person in front of you or an attack that's going to happen to you. He saw what somebody was going to say. He saw what the door was going to do. He saw what who the cannons were going to hit. He saw what was going to happen to the people that got hit by the cannons. He was able to perceive all of that, and then he preemptively reacted to it. So what I'm saying is that if you create stimuli that is more advanced than that, because not that much was happening at the time. It was just one person doing something. If you create several things and you increase the potential of the person who's actually in front of you, which is now Straw Hat Luffy instead of Jagar, could it be possible to handle that preemptive observation hockey?
I think, yeah, or just create so many possibilities that
That's
there's
kind of
no
what I meant
way
about
to identify one.
like maybe Luffy's fucking aura, basically the thing that he would be able to see, kind of like Fujitora, would be everywhere instead of just in one spot, kind of thing. That's kind of what I meant earlier when I was saying you think he'll be able to fucking like
My question is,
that.
and I was wondering this as soon as I saw Capone's reaction to Katakuri. Now, he broke this plan down step by step. You know you have someone with this power. Why didn't he tell that to Luffy and crew? And why you think
I
he
found
was
that weird too.
surprised
I found that very
Katakuri
weird.
was there? Because to
Not
me, it
even.
looked like he
He didn't
was
seem surprised to
surprised.
me. He didn't seem surprised to me.
No, Capone knew what was happening. He knew. Like the thing
He knew
was,
that fool was coming.
dude, like he might as well have not said something because, like, bro, the thing they had to worry about most was still Big Mom. You know what I mean? Like,
She is the
yes,
mom.
Katakuri's there and he can ruin your plan, but Big Mom is still much bigger of a threat. You know?
Yeah, I think
the,
any
the
of
thing
I
that I, the thing that I understood from, because I was asked this question earlier before. I think it's that once they supposedly stun Big Mom, which is by cutting the painting or the photo. Once they stun Big Mom, and in that time period they get the lethal hit, which is not going to be lethal. It's just gonna whenever that hit hits, it will eventually become lethal. Supposedly, that's when it doesn't matter what else happens. It doesn't matter if the Straw Hats get killed. It doesn't matter what else happens. Capone will be able to escape on his own because he hasn't included himself in the plan very much, and that's all that matters to him. So I think to the point that he didn't mention Katakuri is that he didn't care enough to mention Katakuri. It wasn't a point where it didn't matter enough, in my opinion.
We them boys.
Yeah. There's that. What else happened in the chapter?
Jinbei, is he gonna die?
Jimmy's not dying, dude.
Look, if Nikki was here right now,
I don't
he'd be
think so.
preaching the gospel.
Yeah, he'd be like, I told you. I
I don't know. I'm so 50-50 on it now, man. Because it's like I hate it when like the way how Oda did it too. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be here for my captain and stuff, and I risk my life and everything. I don't know. Like when he's saying words like that, I would say Jinbei is still going to live, but like I don't want to throw that possibility of Oda's, pulling one over our eyes and like killing him off. I'll say it's 50-50.
Nah, son. The death flags are waving too much for him to
No,
actually
when
die.
there's
Yeah, no,
Someone's gonna die soon, though.
it's not
when
going to be
there's too many death flags.
Whose death flag is a lot more bigger right now at this moment, Pedro or
I'm
Jinbei?
making a declaration. Carrot and Jinbei will join, and Pedro will die.
Oh, I hope Kara doesn't join. I'm sorry. I
No,
really don't
Carrot
want
is joining.
to. Carrot and Peckums are gonna reform that pirate ship that they had and become part of the fleet, along with the Sun pirates.
We know that Carrot's gonna be the lookout. It's kind of obvious. I mean, like, who would pass up on her jumping abilities?
I don't know why everybody think Pedro.
I don't know. I mean, like, I wouldn't mind seeing Carrot join the crew, but it's like, I don't know. Like,
Alright,
I
fuck
wanted
this. Hey, fuck this
somebody
shit.
better.
The most impressive observation.
Someone
I got.
better?
Where is it?
Yes.
Matter
Is
of
it? Is it?
Shirahoshi.
Nah, that's not. But that was like towards an event that was gonna happen in the future, and it wasn't even clear. Like it wasn't even like, oh, this is gonna happen. So that
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
react to
like
it. So that's why.
it's stated that none of her predictions have ever gone wrong. It's like it's not the only she's done one
now
thing, but
surely,
there's not the
right?
only instance of her being
Yeah.
like.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
let me reiterate the question. The most impressive battle observation hockey.
Okay,
Oh, so
well,
far that we've seen has been Katakuri.
and then Usopp after him.
No,
Bad.
no.
Fujitora.
Katakuri and El
Oh
Fuji.
yeah, I know as well. But
In my
Yeah,
opinion.
Fuji has to be at least top 3, though.
I feel like he has to be second at least. He's a blind man who can see with observation hockey.
And Nell could hear what you were whispering 50 miles away while he was sitting in the chair.
No,
Power.
it didn't matter where you
He
were.
used his power.
No, he combined his devil fruit with it.
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
a
Exactly.
combination.
Observation. Yes,
But that's
still
not
have
pure observation.
It's still an observation feed.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
not
that
pure.
was
Like
for instance, the Drake,
Katakuri is pure observation.
Yeah, but
but
Yeah,
like,
but
if,
it's not.
Usopp's still top 5 in my opinion, at least. He's up there.
I
Okay.
disagree. I think other people have that same ability.
Don't forget about Shanks, sir.
like,
We
dude,
don't know
Drake
about Shanks.
Cruise-
well, we're talking about people we've seen use this shit.
Like,
so
well,
far, right?
Yeah. All right, bet.
Are
Okay.
you talking
Yeah.
about just battle feats, or are you talking about just in general?
We're talking about battle feats. Well, that's what I thought.
I think something like Madam Shirley. Like,
Really?
honestly,
Really?
Yeah.
the person who I'm more hyped for this now, right, is literally Kobe Dan. Like now, from what we see, like when we see him, because like there are certain characters in the series, bro, who like they have an emphasis on observation. I feel like, and Kobe's one of them by far.
Kobe can read minds, bro. He's gonna use that in battle. He
Yep.
can read
Yeah.
minds.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And like Luffy will have to like fight it by like just not thinking like he did with the Mel, basically doing random shit.
Not gonna work.
Luffy doesn't think.
But like no, dude, I'm like super hyped now because like it's like that goes like because like a long time ago, right, when we first saw Shanks, like in the community, a big thing was like, okay, awakening hockey, like some sort of it, right? And I've always been on a train,
Yeah.
especially for Jenks' crew, it only makes sense. And now that we get basically confirmation that there's a higher tier, right, of hockey, or at least more usage out of it, like I'm super hyped now for Shanks' crew. Like people like Yasop
Yep.
and shit like that to see what they're gonna do. Like it's gonna be too
Lucky
much.
Roo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lucky Roo, bro. Like,
I want to know how that fat nigga moves so quick.
Because like
Stop.
so far, do you guys think then that there's only gonna be a select amount of like top tier hockey users then that can use it? Or do you think we this? Because like they said, well, we have to wait for the translation, but for this, what we got, it said they trained it, not like they were born with it. So like,
Yeah,
I feel like
I think
anyone
it's
can
gonna
have
be
it.
for
You
more
just be
people.
good enough to use it.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think it's gonna
use
be for
what?
more people.
Your observation to like read
Remember
like,
what-
the battle plans.
Oh yeah, I
That's
think a lot of
that's
people
why
are gonna be able to use that.
that's why I feel like I can claim that Usopp doesn't have like the most impressive observation haki because I feel like that's just a step towards the final step, and he's just like there has to be other people that have already have that or have an advanced version of that right now.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
I agree with that, but I thought you meant like what was shown. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Because if you were talking about like anything, like then you'd have to like talk about Shanks predicting like all of Marineford right at Whitebeard's friggin' on Whitebeard's ship. I would have to
yeah.
include that like as a feat.
But no, dude, like I just think that like from what we see, like this chapter, that was one of the more hyped things I was hyped about is like getting hockey. Because like obviously a lot of people say like if you don't have a devil fruit, right, like you're
You
just
need your
less. You're just less. Like like for instance, like people are like, oh, Kobe needs a devil fruit to be better. Like which I
No,
get.
okay.
Like I get the base idea is like if he had a fire fruit, like he would be better. But I'm saying like now that like we know that if you train it enough, right? So if you focus on your hockey enough, like it will be like God tier. It's like that kind of
Yeah.
puts like Devil Fruits back in like place. I feel like where like
Yeah.
even characters like Garp who don't have a Devil Fruit, they don't need it now that we know. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's other versions than just seeing into the future. Like you said, like reading minds and shit like that. Like hopefully he now makes observation hockey like relevant again.
So do we
Yeah,
think
no,
that?
that's
So what you're saying
like
is like
that.
so what you say is like different tiers of hockey in observation hockey or armament hockey
Yeah,
or
like think of like a games, right, where they have like a tree branch system where like you get that power, like observation, and then like there's 3 other forms like above it that you can like spec into or whatever you want to
Yeah.
say. Like you
So
would train that route.
in respect to like relative characters, does that mean that we can expect, which is kind of obvious, but can we expect maybe Big Mom or Kaido to have a hockey, not maybe exactly how Katakuri has it, but on a similar level?
I feel like someone Kaido won't have the observation feat, but he'll have like an ornament feat, like higher tier ornament.
Okay,
For instance,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the durability thing might be now like an awakened durability, like
And
an
that,
awakened
that's
ornament.
that's actually the point that I got into a discussion earlier, that the difference between Luffy end of series and a lot of these characters is going to be that how everybody has like an individual trait that they're strongest at. Luffy's might be strong at all of them. Well, for example, we get a super top tier like Kaido, who's probably invincible at armament, or a super top tier like maybe I don't know, like let's say for example, this isn't true, but let's say Whitebeard had super observation or something like that.
Right.
Luffy might just have all of them, and that's why that's going to be the difference between him and anybody else.
I think for Luffy, because that's what I say with Shanks. I think Shanks, like I agree that he's gonna be better at all of them. But like for instance, like someone like Sanji, I think he's gonna have a better observation. Same with Usopp. But I think they're gonna have 2 different forms of that observation hockey. Like Usopp might be able to see like something special where like Sanji can do the same, but not like exactly. Like again, going to the minds, like the reading the minds. Like maybe Usopp has that, while Sanji can see into the future. Like 2 forms of observation, and like Luffy, like Zoro would have the ornament.
So
But
you think
Yeah.
hockey can be, and this goes along with the whole like fire for Sanji shit. Do you think hockey can be individualized or
I think so.
personalized? Excuse
I've
me?
always
Yes.
thought that, to be honest.
I think it's
Yes.
just 3 different. I just think there's 3 different tiers of each kind of hockey. And they're all
No,
they're-
'cause,
Yeah.
like,
they're different.
Because
each different
if you look
thing.
at the
Wait,
series,
what do you mean personalized? Like in what? Like what do you?
No, so like for instance,
That
like
sounds too crazy, man.
no, but dude, that's not like so. For instance, like if you guys look at like the religion, what hockey's generally based off of, like the spirituality of it, right? Is your spirit has different
Yeah.
auras. Like look at Naruto, right? Reference like their chakra. Like for instance, if you remember the scene with
You guys
Karen,
don't
right?
watch anything else. Don't do that.
Shut up. But anyways, if you look at Karen,
It's
you look
retarded.
at like Karen with Sasuke, right? How she's like this dude has like a
Doesn't
cold
matter.
like
Doesn't matter what Sasuke.
chakra.
Calm down, Jenny.
But it is a cold, like hated chakra, right? The purple chakra. Whereas when she was on Naruto's back, she's like, yeah, his is like warm and like like hot and warm and stuff like that, whatever, right? Like it was like your personality reflected your chakra. So if like hockey, like people like Rayleigh, because I've always said this with Rayleigh, like his darker hockey, like I think like Dark King Rayleigh is a reference to like his hockey, like his specific conquerors will be something where it repels people, like it's like subjugates them, it forces them to like listen to you. Whereas someone like Luffy's and like Buggy's and Shanks like makes them wanna join you. Like I feel like there's different like types.
So you're saying that he's the only one that can do that?
Like
no,
I'm saying
Zoro's
like
gonna be like that.
like
I was
yeah,
thinking
Zoro's gonna be like the
Zoro.
Dark
Oh,
King.
yep.
Like where like someone like Bucky and Luffy and Shanks will have like the red hockey type, where like and same with probably Akainu, where like you want to come towards them or something. Like I don't know how specific you can explain that.
Exactly.
That sounds a little
No, I think
Naruto-y. I don't think Oda watches Naruto.
Even though
he
that's where
does.
he got like all his
He
shit.
reads it.
Dude, literally, like, what do you mean? Naruto, what's it called? Dude, they're definitely a fan.
Most people that do,
Literally,
most
Sanjay
people
was
that are artists
recalled.
don't
They
read a
even
bunch of
threw
other
Oda
people's
a
art.
shout out at the end of Naruto.
Yeah, the whole
Dude,
Raizo
they
and the
don't read
samurai
it.
with
While they're
tribute.
making their shit, they don't read it so they can take their ideas.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No. But they like.
That's not attainment ideas. I'm saying like that's how it is in
Jeez,
real
that's
life.
what you guys just got done explaining.
No. I'm saying I just said spiritual. The idea of like spiritual like presence and aura. That's a real life thing. Like monks and stuff like that, and Buddhists, they believe with that. Like if they look at you right, they know like what you are, like what kind of person
It's
you
not
are.
Naruto.
What?
It's not Naruto.
Chatty,
Chatty enough.
Like we could take and find an example like that. You know?
Like if you literally just go look up spiritual aura, just literally look it up, and it's gonna have
I
it
know,
about.
I get it.
real
That's
life
fine. Just say that. You don't have to go to all.
Well, I was giving you an example because you don't understand things, Jetty.
We're gonna be
Chatty
talking
is
about your
hilarious.
Naruto shit.
But no, like I think that like for instance, going back to what I was saying though, like Luffy, I think he'll have like a higher tier of conquerors, whereas like, he might not have a higher tier of ornament or observation, because like I want to see the series where like Luffy doesn't have everything, right? Like he's OP, but he doesn't have everything. Like I want Zoro to have better ornament
Yes.
than Luffy.
Just
I
like
don't
Fang
want to see him
Shinji,
have-
guys.
What?
Just like Fang Shinji.
Yes. Yes.
History's trying to disciple.
Fang Shinji. Who's Fang
Yup.
Shinji? Am I forgetting somebody?
It's a
I am.
series.
Fang Shinji. Oh. Is it a
But
good one?
but
It's not
no,
as
like
strong as Victory Strongest. That's all I know.
But no, like I think that that's gonna be a thing. Like I feel like Luffy's gonna have the top tier conquerors. Like he's gonna have an awakened conquerors. Like I said that with Shanks, where like the shit on the ship was coming towards him and stuff. Like he was drawing like their like willpower towards him and stuff like that. Where like someone like Rayleigh, if he was using conquerors on the ship, like everything would
They
be
would
being
break it
pushed
apart.
away. It'd be pushed away from him. Like that's how I see it. Like it's just like that personality of the person. And so like I think that we'll see that more so later. Like for instance, like the Shank. Whenever we see Shanks, bro, like I'm sure we're gonna see like the true potential of hockey, like why it's fucking broken, like why people that don't have devil fruits are still OP like Garp.
I hope we get a good shout out for conquerors like he's doing with observation because
Oh
people
man,
He
are
definitely will, bro.
sleeping. People are sleeping on conquerors, saying it's
Conquer the
useless.
new myth confirmed.
The what?
Yeah,
The new
boy.
myth. Because
Mythical
like
zone, you're saying?
No, the new because
until
you know how people are like observation doesn't
uh,
exist.
until last
Oh.
chapter, observation hockey was a myth. It
I
was
know.
just lies.
That's the thing, though. Like, dude, it's so annoying because like there are things where like observation should be like honestly, like right now, Katakuri should know everyone's on that island. If he has that high level of observation hockey, I don't see why he shouldn't know where Luffy and them are. Like,
I don't
He
think
just
it's
said he can't do it very
passive.
far into the future. It's not.
I
but
don't
that's not
think
about the
it's
future. It's just
passive.
like him knowing that like the where they're at, like their like aura on the island. Like for instance, Rayleigh, right, could know where all the animals were on the island and who was like OP and who
Where
wasn't.
does it say that?
Yeah,
What
what do you mean?
He did.
Chad,
Says
it's
that?
He knew
Daddy.
where.
I just want
always
to know if it
challenging
says
me.
that or not.
Animals were
That's why you
stronger
guys
than
make a lot of assumptions.
Wait,
What do you mean?
I just
Assumptions.
want to know if it says he can.
No.
He
Yes,
knows where
like
everything is.
you literally see him explaining it.
He gave a rough estimate as to how many animals there were, right?
Yeah,
He
I
said
said, like,
all these animals on this island are strong enough to defeat you.
Yeah.
No.
That
No,
No, he
means
I
counted
think
exactly how
not.
much islands were strong enough. He said how
Yeah,
much there were on the island and how much were stronger than Luffy.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
he scaled their strength too.
so. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's even better because he was specific.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
But yeah, like so,
Do
like
you
I'm saying,
think?
like, oh, go ahead.
Do you think hockey, like when you're all right, you when you're around someone whose hockey is so strong, do you think it helps yours grow? Because Kobe was trained by
I don't think
God.
it's like that,
Do you
bro.
think that you don't think so? Because I
No, I
think
don't.
I think
being
you
I
just
don't
train
think
trained.
it.
like if you have strong hockey and you take some fodder ass person that they just become strong. I don't think so.
It's not like what's it
Dude,
like a
that's like
contagious
from
thing?
Bleach, like you about Drew a Bach. You know what I mean?
I was just about
Yeah.
to think. Yeah.
Like that. It's not like that. That's just OP.
But yeah, like I think like you just have to train it. Like the only one
Yeah,
we know that you can't
exactly.
train, or like you just have to like, get good at it. Basically, is the conquerors. Like it's just I feel like that depends on your mood, like in terms of like what you want to accomplish at that moment.
I
So
want to see Conquerors doing boss stuff.
to bring up something cancerous real fast.
Nice.
Oh
Uh,
no!
Jack versus Cracker.
What?
Oh man.
Honestly, I
Wait,
think Cracker could take it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jack was able to
Like
beat
that's
you
Cracker.
mean
the
wait,
tough
wait?
one.
I think
You
Jack has a
mean
better stamina. I run with him.
you mean
But the
Cracker,
thing is, like,
right?
it's not a stamina type. Like Cracker does stuff effortlessly. You know what I mean? He's not relying on brute force. Like
I, I I
Cracker
think
could literally surround him. Like it's
I
a
think
toss. You know what I mean?
I think Jack would
Can
have
Jack
it in the
use
Crack
the
sense that like
poison?
I think he would
Cracker
have
is a
it.
smarter fighter,
One sec,
but
chef. One sec.
uh, oh
But no, go on.
One sec.
Anyways, go on, Chef.
no, I think Cracker is a smarter fighter, so I think he'll last a long time. But I think Jack is more powerful overall.
The reason why I
So
don't think Cracker's a smarter fighter is because he chased after Luffy with the same technique over and over and over again until he was finally beat, which
But
could be
that's just
attributed
plot hacks. You know?
Yeah, but that's
to.
just
he got
Luffy's plot armor,
See, I
though.
don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm.
think
Like,
That's plot
I
hack.
highly doubt that Cracker is just that dumb. Like, the next time we see him fight against somebody,
It's gonna be serious,
he's
bro.
going to be exponentially more strategic. He's going to use all types of tactics. He's going to use more than one armor. He's probably going to be making different kinds of constructs, like we saw Pharaoh make that escalator.
Literally, literally.
I
That's the
think
argument.
I think they'd be fighting, and Cracker would beat the shit out of him most likely.
But
And he'd probably because he's half fishman. He'd probably
yeah,
get up, it'd be a lot like Dragon Ball Z or whatever. Fucking, Gohan's half Saiyan and half human. He'd probably go super half human fishman. Fucking
but
start glowing, flying.
I think the
I
fishing
think he'd
thing's a huge
fucking
thing.
blast the fucking ground.
I
And
feel like
just
you should be able to
fly
use like fisherman
because
karate,
it's a
shit
lot
like
like
that.
Dragon Ball Z.
I feel like you should be able to use fisherman karate to like either dry out the biscuits because he's called the drought, or I think you should be able to like moisturize the biscuits, like get them like soggy,
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like with Nami. Like I think the Jack like would have a counter to him in the fisherman karate.
Yeah.
so like a water shot,
Yeah, because like
like
think of this
Jimbei
right,
does.
like he's called the drought for a reason. I think he has literally the best fisherman karate that we've seen or will see in the series for a long time. And I think like something simple like having like his trunk right from his mammoth form be able to like absorb water and shoot out like a can, like a pressurized cannon, would be crazy. And like if he did that against like a cracker like soldier or armor, he should like go right through it. I feel like. So I think he has like if he's fighting like someone like Smoothie now, I feel like he might lose to her.
How easy do you
So,
think it is, though?
no, it's not an easy fight. I feel like
Do
it's gonna be a
that.
high diff fight no matter what.
But I'm saying for the whole water thing, how easy do you think it is for him to actually do that?
What I do for Drac to draw, I think it's easy as fuck. To be quite honest, I think he's just gonna be such a god at it. That's why I feel like Jinbei fighting him will
You know what
be
I'm saying? Like
Jinbei's
you
to
can
win.
just do it infinitely. Like
I think so. Like I think like for instance, like kind of like how Smoothie can like pull things out of like people, right, with her like the juices, and
Fucking Smoothie.
and then like someone like Crocodile, right, like how he could like take the moisture out of the air and shit like that, right? That's how I imagine like Jack would be. Like it's just so easy for him. Like it's not even a feat. Like for him, like it's not hard, I should say, for him. That's how I imagine it. Like if you were to go in like a forest, right, where like water, like there's like a river where there's like like say the trees even just by themselves, like where they absorb water over time. I feel like if you were to be there and use his like top tier fisherman karate move, like it would just take everything, and like all the trees would be like rotted, they'd be dead, like, because they'd have no moisture in them, no water in them. Like all the plants would be gone, the ground would be gone, like everything. Like, it's just like it
You
literally
really
looks like
think
a
he has
desert.
Fishman karate?
Hell yeah. Think of it this way, bro. Like if we go to Wano and Jimmy goes with us, right? That would be the perfect person for Jimmy, because like anyone that they're gonna fight, they always have to overcome, right? So like Zoro fighting a swordsman, whatever. So like Jimmy fighting a karate, like a fisherman karate master, would be perfect. And the idea that like the fishermen, right? They've been oppressed by the government, so it'd give a reason why like he would hate the government in general and like want to be a pirate. I feel like because like him being a half human or half fisherman, like whoever specifically half he is, besides fisherman, like I doubt if you're half fisherman that like the human society would like allow you to be there. Like, you know what I mean?
But does it make sense that Cracker would have like different forms of his Cracker soldiers,
Oh
like
hell yeah,
an
dude!
offensive?
No,
defensive
dude.
type?
He definitely does, Graham.
Like that's the
Not
thing. Like
even
that's why we said like
not
when he
even
got
question.
nerfed, when he said, "Bro, this is my favorite armor," I
It
saw it
means
as
he
like
has more.
this. Yeah, I feel like there's like different forms, like different tiers amongst his forms. Like literally, like, imagine like a Gundam kind of thing. Like he has like 20 different like robots. You know what I mean? That's
See
how I
that?
think it should be. But yeah, it's like I for sure think that he has to have more than one armor set. That'd be so stupid otherwise. Because like from how they describe, like for instance, Paris Bro, right? How he made that escalator out of nowhere, and he's like, yeah, like that's what like they were all impressed because they're like, oh, like like the like food engineers, like look how good they are with their fruits. You know what I mean? Like if Cracker's a commander, bro, and he's above Paris Bro, right? Like why wouldn't he have like multiple different uses and like different armor sets? That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you're at in rank, you should have a ton of shit.
Well, I mean, like, where do you guys rank now, Jack? Do you think he's like still like the number 3 in so many
Yes,
people's eyes, or he's like the number
Yes,
2?
number
Like,
3.
I think Kaido, because you're talking about bounties, I'm guessing.
oh, I
And
guess like in total, yeah.
yeah, because I think that, like they're just more like, for instance, Big Mom. Like obviously, like we know that she goes around some places, but like so far, it seems like she kind of stays in her own like area. Like she does what she does on her own like turf. Like she doesn't go around the world like fucking like raping people. Like, you know what I mean? Like pillaging and
Yeah.
raping. Whereas like someone like Kaido, because like they're based on Mongolians, like they're probably going around like causing chaos for the government, which is why they have such higher bounties.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I get about Big Mom is she doesn't have to use force to get what she wants. Unlike Kaido's people, who honestly, Jack is the most ignorant brute I've ever seen in One Piece. Like his decisions, I
She uses
wonder
fear. That's
about
kind
them.
of like force.
It's right, but I mean like overt. Like you see how if Jack wanted something, he would literally go to the island and just kill people until he gets it. Big Mom would be like, yo, you're gonna give me this, or this is gonna happen to you.
Like Big Mom uses it as, like a way around. Like she still uses force, and the idea that like she like says like if you don't do it, we're gonna fucking kill everyone that you know. But like she doesn't resort to it, is what he's saying. Like whereas Kaido always like all of his people, they start off with force. They don't say like give it to me. They're like yeah, like I'm gonna like take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like you can give it to me still, but I'm gonna blow up your island. Like it's still gone. Like with the Rizo thing, we're like oh yeah, like go around wherever you want. Like like go look for it. He's like nah, I'll just sit here.
Ruthlessness.
Yeah, he's like I'll just sit here and kill you. Like I'm good. Like I don't do that stuff. That's how I see it. So like, cause we kind of talked about Kakeru, but I kind of want to go back to it. Like, bro, the jelly beans.
Yeah,
Like-
initially, like I thought they were bullets. I did not recognize afterwards, like, oh, they were jelly beans.
Is that a fruit or is that jelly
I think that's
beans?
just straight up. He just grabbed random jelly beans. Like,
Yeah, no, for real, straight
I
up.
think that's the case.
he was eating them, and he's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, like I could use this, and I'll just kill him right now.
Because I think it would be cool if he doesn't have a fruit and he just relies on like just like his strategies.
I
and,
think
like,
he's
whatever.
gotta have a
I
fruit,
think he's
though.
gonna have a fruit still. Just
Yeah,
to, like,
he's got to
it's
have a
just not
fruit.
as-
Yeah.
it's just
everyone's
not
gonna
as
have.
fruit.
Everyone so far has had a food-based fruit. I think he's still gonna have a fruit, but I don't think it has anything to do with the jelly beans. You know?
I
Yeah.
think
You
his
sure?
fruit is
Yeah, no, I think it's just
potato
random.
starch. I think it's potato starch. I think that's his fruit. Literally potato starch.
If you can give
If
me a
it
strong
is-
argument as to why it can't be the jelly beans, I'll yield to it. But
Dude,
that's the evidence
Because
I've seen.
if the best thing he has is the jelly beans, like we've pretty much like, you know, like
we're
Like-
producing bullets. It says it earlier on. They're
how
identifying
you Dan see it is
hard
like
ass fucking penetrating
he's
bullets.
so strong that he didn't even need to do anything with his fruit yet. You know what I mean? Like this is just the introduction to Katakuri.
Like,
Like
think of the Batman movie, right?
So this is a strength feat.
yes,
Dude, it's just
where
like
he
this is
did it
just something
straight up.
random.
He didn't like this isn't what he uses to fight. This isn't a weapon. He was eating. He's just watching things going on. He's like, all right, well, I gotta kill the guy anyways. So bang.
So he's that overpowered.
So he was
I
on the
agree to
gate
that, but I
the
don't
jelly
think he was.
beans.
I
Yeah.
agree to everything he said, but I don't think it's a normal jelly bean.
Bro,
Down to
you
the fact that
fucking
I literally think he
Katakuri.
was eating
No, but that's what I'm trying to
candy
say though, Glenn.
jacketed
Like,
jelly beans.
Hey, Dan, I
because
see.
think about it, bro. This is the first time we're going to get, besides Marco, who in Marineford was nerfed, right? This is the first time we're going to get to see a first commander and what they should be able to be like their tier, you know? So it's
Yeah.
just like that
Oh,
whole
he,
jelly bean thing. I think it's just a feat. Like, yo, don't fuck with me,
Yeah, no, like I think that was just something where like at
dude.
that
They thought it was
moment,
a fucking gun, man. Like, come
yeah.
on.
Like
Yeah.
I think it just at that moment, right? Like it's just like I had what I had on me. I'll just use this. Like Grim, now that you're reading History Strongest, when you see Shiguri, you'll know why it's
Oh,
super
dude.
OP,
No,
bro.
when you
You'll
see
know
her,
why.
when you see the little mouse guy, you'll know.
No, just in general, dude. The spoon, this fucking spoon, bro. Where she's like, oh yeah, like I'm a swords master. I just have this ram spoon. Yeah, I'll just take on this dude. Like he's like he's OP, but I'll just beat him with a spoon.
Yeah,
Like
actually, if you
that's
guys
like
are gonna
that
be in the
level.
Discord tonight, I'm gonna start reading that.
Mm.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna
No,
be
he's like,
there.
yeah, you better read it. You get the jelly
Wait,
bean on
reading.
Ah,
What are you reading?
History Strongest.
Grim, I decided to
Oh,
read it
that is
again.
amazing.
Crazy.
But yeah, like
I'm reading it again.
yeah, tell. But nah, dude, I think that Katakuri is just like he's OP, but he didn't even need to use his fruit, bro. It's like how I see it is like Zoro when he uses no sword style, right? That's how I kind of saw it, or like the butt of his swords. Like somewhere where it's like I don't like I could use my swords. Like he could lay walked up on this dude and like just like Shigan him or something like that. But like at that moment, it was more badass to see him just sitting there laying down.
Exactly. Not even trying
So,
still.
yeah.
You guys realize that the Katakuri hype is huge, and
Oh no,
and
dude,
to
it's
say
always been. I
that
feel like
it's fuck.
so he can
But
kill
is it
anybody.
hype? Is it hype? I mean, we've seen
no,
an
it's not hype.
amazing
It's not hype.
feat. Like,
Like hype to me would be like if it was something where like we never saw him and he was just some random person we didn't know what rank he had or anything like that, like even remotely. But like it's pretty fucking obvious. I feel like that he's the first commander now. The fact that he's the second son and the first son is Perospero, like I just feel like it's too obvious at this point now.
Hey, I'll be
Like,
back, guys. I gotta go buy now. Be right back.
gotta go buy an L.
and if,
Straw Hat sells them.
and
Or not Straw Hat, sorry, but no.
if he's not, he has to be the first because
Oh hell
we've
yeah,
seen
dude.
the third and the second.
No, he is the first commander.
Yeah, like that's kind of like I feel like guaranteed. I feel that's how I see it. Like there's almost no way around it. Like Smoothie's clear the second, I feel like, and then Cracker was clear the third. Because bro, if Cracker was let's just say for the hell of it, right? If he was the third or the first, that'd be so disappointing, so stupid. I don't care. Like Cat Curry, even if he got super nerfed, I feel like he would still win. Like it wouldn't matter. You just pull those jelly beans on Luffy and kill him.
So, like, what like Perospero was chief of staff?
Yeah,
Like,
he was like he was still like a top tier minister. It was just like he wasn't. I don't think he's like. I won't say he's not OP. Like he's still strong, but he just wasn't like commander level. That's just how I saw it. Like he's still OP, but he's just not that like level. I'm trying to think of, like a good character to like compare him to. Like kind of like I guess like in general like the Baroque works like they had OP people in them that weren't like their top three like that weren't Mr. 1, Mr. 2, Mr. 3.
right.
Like they're like Mr. 4 was still pretty fucking strong, but like he just wasn't like that level strong. That's how I
I
saw it.
consider Perospero more like Robin than you would say.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I think he's more of like a technical fighter. That's how I'm gonna assume that he's gonna be. Like he's gonna be OP in his own way, but he's just not gonna be a straight up fighter. But no, dude, like I'm just super hyped to see Kaker in action. Like I just feel like we won't see anything or even like really remotely from him. Like we'll probably see something that like blows our fucking mind. But I feel like
That
we won't
didn't
see
blow your mind? Him flicking a jelly bean through someone's
that's
head?
something like, to me. That's something to be expected. That's
No,
kind of-
yeah, you literally like
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that he was capable of doing that.
yeah. We're like I'm saying like let's say like for instance, let's just say like
Did
this
Jack
is
do
not-
anything like that?
yeah, easily.
Jack
Um,
was flicking jelly beans through people's heads?
dude, like look what he did, dude. He fought for how many days?
Yep.
Like, and then he like gave up, and he's like, oh fuck it, I'll just like kill them. Like I could just do whatever I want, but whatever.
I
But like no,
want Katakuri to catch the missile. Like,
the bomb or the rocket, like something like that. Like I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if he flicked a jelly bean at it or something like that. But, like I want to see him do something where like we would assume that any other character, even some of that level, would die. That he just like brushes it off. That's what I want to see. Like let's say everyone at the party tried to kill Big Mom or kill them. Like every single person, I want to see him like take them all on and like kind of shut them down. Because like the fact that he showed up and Capone of all people is just kind of like, oh fuck, like I know he's coming, but like still, like his mere presence was like enough to kind of like shake Capone. Like, he starts sweating.
Yeah.
that's what had me puzzled. Like, why would I still think Capone didn't plan for Katakuri to be there?
There's no reason
He
Craig would
had
be
to
there.
have.
Yeah, there's no
He had
reason
to
Craig
have.
would have been there. I think it was
But
just still like one of those moments where it's like, bro, this is Katakuri. Like,
Yeah, it's all about the
no,
hype
but
of introducing him.
in the manga, it said he could have just said, "Oh, yeah, that's his power," but it said this is the worst possible person to be here. So, like,
but it's just like
He is the worst possible person to interrupt his plan. He can see into the future.
because like it's not so much of how OP he is in strength. It's just like that power
His
is a
ability.
huge like
Like he can tell everyone that the plan is happening before they even
but
start.
why phrase it like that? Like as if it was
it's the hype.
a
Because he
possibility,
is one of the worst people to have.
right?
Like he could
But
interrupt the whole plan.
why not just say, "Oh, this guy"? Like he said, this is one of the
Because as readers, bro, like if Oda doesn't specifically say stuff in the manga, we're not going to be able to assume. You know what I mean? Like he has to give us information.
He's giving us like a hint that like this guy is just like
That's strong.
best. Like
Yeah.
and that. But language, Oda uses language very carefully.
yeah, but it's also his body language. The fact that he was sweating, bro, was like, okay, like this plan has a good chance to succeed. Like for instance, like let's say they were to fight against Kaido, right? Something like that. And then let's just say for the hell of it, Blackbeard showed up and he's there to fight the Straw Hats. It'd be like, okay, our plan was already like 0%, but now it's just like there's no fucking
That's
way.
because they didn't expect Blackbeard. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But for like
Com-
Katakuri, it's just like I think he planned it, which is why I said the 5 second thing. I think he still planned for it. It's just still like it's a reminder. That's a better way to put it. It's a reminder that like
Oh, okay.
I didn't like because
Right.
like they already said something. What was it? Like the plan was like 20% or something for this. I don't remember what they said, but I don't know if they even
So
gave
you
a
think
percentage.
that's the 5 second rule?
Yeah, like I think there's gotta be a limit to it to a point. That's how I feel. Because like the fact like you just said with the Oda saying like language like in specific like uses, like I feel like the fact that we saw like him use it on like Capone, but he can only say things a couple seconds later. Like I feel like that's kind of like a somewhat hint that like it's limited, which is why I feel like Capone planned for the 5 seconds. Like I said to Dan on the Discord, like the rocket launchers, why Capone said that he needs a good 5 seconds, right, to be able to not just like prepare, but he has to be able to shoot it for 5 seconds. Is like as soon as Curry knows what's really happening, like he'll run to like Capone to try to kill him, and that 5 seconds is what Luffy then has to buy before like Capone can shoot off the
Okay.
rocket. Like
I love the 5 second rule in reference to food.
yeah,
Like
off the ground.
I picked up on that immediately. Yes.
But yeah, like I feel like there's gotta be something like that's why like you need 5 seconds because it was very specific. I feel like it wasn't like I need to go like a minute or something like that. It was just like 5 seconds. That's all I need. Um, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, like I don't know, like I do agree 100% that like his fruit's gotta be the potato starch fruit, and like I've said before, like the two parts that I've just noticed with potato starch after like researching it was like it can break down basically anything like that's food, right? Like it breaks down the enzymes and shit like that, and lets you like cook meat and stuff like that, and then also hardens
It's
things
a,
together. So like
yeah.
if he got the jelly bean, I could see it being like I still think it's just the regular jelly bean. I could see him being able to like not coat it in hockey per se, but like coat it in like his devil fruit, like just make it stronger. Like for instance,
In potato starch.
like if it's Mr. 3X, you're coating it in wax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Something along the lines like that could be the same for the candy jacketed bullets, because that's kind of how you make a hard candy. Is like you get the actual like candy, and
Yeah.
you would like kind of like put it in potato starch and like cement it to harden it and coat the candy in that
Exactly.
potato
Yo,
starch. It's kind of like a gelatin thing.
Yeah,
it would
like
be
I think like the
crazy if
go ahead.
just thinking like imagine everything breaks out. He puts up like a potato starch dome so nobody can leave.
Mm. Like
And
no, like
Caesar is floating above, trying to get in the dome and he can't.
well, but that's how I see like Cat Curry, like if he has some sort of that, like because that's why I feel like certain characters that have those like hardening types, right? Like Mr. One, Mr. Three, like things that make your body or other things like stronger, like more durable, like that. And if they're hockey masters, it's just like too much. So I feel like that's gonna be like sick. Is if like he has a thing that can harden normally, and then he puts like ornament on it, like that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you guys, like, in regards to like the guests and stuff that are gonna be coming, because I saw something on Twitter where someone was talking about Morgan's the bird, right? Yeah, because he's like the president of like the World Economic Times and writes the comic. Do you think he might have information about like what happened between like Dragon and Blackbeard in their fight? So it's
Oh,
like, as he's the one
probably.
that ran the newspaper.
He's
I
the
feel
one
like
who wrote the newspaper. He should know everything about it.
yeah, I was gonna say like,
Yeah, but like he
anything
knows like the actual truth.
No, that's the whole thing about it, dude.
He's
He
got
knows the truth
birds.
about everything, dude.
I know what I'm saying, but you know how like in the newspaper we know that like it's been fabricated, saying like, oh, like the Baltimore's been destroyed and stuff, and like they're
But I'm
saying
saying
like,
that would have been because of him telling them to fabricate it.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying like, do you think like in the next chapter, do you think like he's gonna talk about that, like saying like, oh, like some
That'd be
details
cool.
from the fight that we didn't see in the newspaper?
uh,
I don't know if
maybe.
they're going to just dive into details.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be kind of it'd be like out of place. I almost feel like in the sense that
Yeah,
like we really have so much going
I'd
on.
love for that to happen.
Oh
But
yeah, like, it was like yeah, dude, that Blackbeard like, got wrecked. Like
Yeah,
he lost an arm.
I mean, it'd be funny. I mean, you're at a wedding and stuff. You'd be passing like weird details here and there and stuff. So it would be funny to see, like, oh yeah, like the fight between like Blackbeard and whatever. I hear Dragon's on the loose and shit. When it's like news he's not supposed to like release or whatever because he's like drinking and shit.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
So one more data dump chapter before the fighting starts.
Yeah, I feel like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I was looking around, like, because this was super late and this was like 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. I was looking around on the last panel to try to find Luffy. I was wondering if he's gonna be dressed up as someone or something like that. The one thing that had me interested, like, the only person I feel like of the entire group in the last panel is next to, I believe it was Nietzsche. There's a dude that's like has a tail, and I don't know if it's someone that we've seen prior or if it's someone new or what. But like, I thought that was interesting because it kind of like it looked like a tiger. I was thinking maybe Pedro, but like
I think those are people that just live in there.
his tail looked different. Like if you look at the last panel, like you'll see what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. There's a guy there's a pig to one to the left, and then there's the girl in the middle, and the right to the right.
Yeah. Also, yeah, real quick, who's that person in the middle? At first, I thought it was Smoothie, but it was a complete like it looked like I don't know what like it looked like kind of I don't know what to call
Just
it.
gave me a crazy idea though. What if fucking somehow, man, that'd be crazy. What if Luffy's that inside out a costume or some shit like that?
That's kind of what I thought it was gonna be. I thought Luffy was gonna be dressed up as someone.
What if he's dressed up as that bird?
Stop.
I'd lose my mind if I was the case.
Man, that just I don't know why I thought that right now, but if he's that goddamn bird, that's gonna be crazy.
'Cause,
I
like,
don't think
wouldn't be
he
surprised
knows
if it's
what the
someone that's,
bird
like,
looks
on the
like.
security
I know
team,
he's
so.
too stupid to do something that clever, but damn it, that'd be awesome.
I mean, he asked Capone for help. You never know.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
no,
you're totally right. Maybe Capone thought of it.
but like,
That'd be cool.
who do you
It
guys think
happens. If it happens, I thought of it.
like who do you guys think that?
Daddy just saying
Yeah.
secret.
He's like, it's mine. You can't take it.
Yeah.
But who do you guys think that is? First of all, the person in the middle, because that was one of the
I
other
don't
people that
know. She's
interested
got
me.
long hair.
Like the only other, this is not them. Like I highly, highly doubt. But like, I was thinking is like, because people talk about Green Bull, which I was like, no way. But like,
Yeah.
if no. But like
She looks like that woman
that,
from
like she looked like
what you call it.
the silhouette. Like in terms of the long hair, because the long hair had me interested. I was like, I don't know where we've seen
Amazon
it before.
Lily.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
She
Amazon
looks
Lily.
like that woman from Amazon Lily.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because like, I feel like a lot of people, like big named islands and people should be at this wedding. Like that's how I see it.
I don't know. I think it's just a bunch of criminals, big mom.
Because like that, like the Struzan
Mhm.
family and shit like that with like the red light district. Like I mean, Darren was saying earlier, like
Oh,
that should be
something.
I feel like those are Vince Smoke's friends.
I feel like they're just general people. I feel like they knew the Vince Smokes because like the Vince Smokes would be a top organization. Like, they'd be the
exactly.
like they would be who you go and call if you need an assassination. That's how I see it. Like if you need anyone dead, bro, like you call them.
Yeah.
And like someone like the Undertaker would work with them because like they would probably bury the fucking bodies afterwards. You know what I mean? And like the news would kind of keep them hidden. Like that's how I see it. But I do like the two people that had me interested were that girl in the middle and then the person to the right of them in front of EGG. And then upper left judge, the one that like had like it looked like a Doflamingo coat, but it's a lot shorter. But they had a tail. I don't know who it is.
I was gonna also
I
say
see
in
it.
the second last page, there was also a thing with Big Mom. Like, I guess she was like on the transponder snail because you
Yeah,
see like the gotcha and stuff. Who do you think she was talking to?
Someone else coming. I told you the next chapter's gonna be the same shit.
Like yeah, I think
It's gonna be a
like,
bunch of introductions.
yeah, I think she
Is
was like
that the
making
cake on the right? Is that the
Huh?
cake or is it just a basket?
It's a basket, I think, of fruit.
on the bottom right.
Okay.
Well, about right.
For
Top
what
right.
page? The last page or?
Yeah, last page.
Oh, last page.
Right beside the grapes.
If that is it.
All
I
right,
don't know.
guys, let's think what other industries could be there.
I don't think that's the cake. I think it's just candy. There's candy everywhere in this motherfucking place.
Yeah. For people like other, you said the underworld or people just coming.
Drugs? No, the other we got the drugs, we got
Well, we got
porn,
like the
we got
monopolization. I feel like though, like they were the like what you would need in general for like an underground like thing. Like for instance, like they had the ship.
weapons.
Yeah, that's true. I think
Weapons.
slightly though, Dofi kind of
What do
was
you
the weapon guy because
think?
like
What if we see a famous blacksmith?
yeah, it could be. I still want to see Crocodile show up. I've been waiting for it because I feel like Crocodile would be
The
a good.
blacksmith?
Like I want to see Bug. Honestly, again, I say it again, but like Buggy would be another guy for like because delivery service.
Oh yeah.
Like he delivers everything, kind of like the shipping guy though. I feel like we're anyone that's like related to like
for Buggy.
what? What'd you say, Dan?
I said the shipping guy secretly works for Buggy.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be funny if like Buggy tried to like strong arm him in front of just like show off. He's like,
Do you not know who I am?
Hey, whoa! Is that Tamago in the back? A human again? Look at the bird on the last page, and then look directly behind his head, or yeah, directly behind his head.
it's sick.
What is that back there?
Maybe
Where?
Tamago is the bird.
Does his final form?
You can see the
Where?
guy back there. Look. There's the bird, the bird man.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't. It looks like that fool's mustache. I might be wrong. I don't know. It looks like it.
Nah, when are you ever wrong,
No,
Chad?
that is the guest that came
yeah.
in. The guy was drinking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're talking about the upper left. The upper left. That's the guy with the mustache. That's the guy.
Yeah,
That's
what?
the, like,
If you look at Judge, there's some person in between him and that big ass dude.
yeah, the dude with the tail, right?
No, like look at
No,
at
he's
Judge
saying
literally.
all the
Look
way
at
in the
Judge,
back.
and then right in the crack in between him and the big guy.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that Peckham?
That looked like Brooke Afro.
Like hanging over
Yeah,
a fence?
Yeah.
It comes where they tie it up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I want to see like a full on like cover panel where like because most
Dude,
like
watch it be the Brooke skeleton, and Big Mom's like, "You're not escaping."
yeah,
You know?
staying with me. Like, everyone, look what I have. But,
He's gonna move, I swear.
but now like I feel like the next chapter we're gonna see like on the interaction, but like it's probably gonna be another heavy dialogue. I feel like where it's gonna be interaction between like all these people, because most likely if it's like a normal wedding, like everyone, all the main families, like all the people that know each other, will sit at a table together,
Yeah.
and like they're gonna have like their.
We see a lot of long leg people.
I'm telling you, man.
I want to know who that long leg woman is.
We know it.
Yeah. What do you think? How do you guys think Big Mom's gonna react when she sees the fisherman pirate's not there?
She'll probably like feel like something's up.
She's probably gonna laugh.
Like, do you think she's gonna care right away? Like, do you
Yeah, I
think
think
it's gonna
she's
be
too
like,
hype right
well,
now.
it's the wedding
I
today,
feel.
I don't care? Do you think it's gonna be like, all right, like after the wedding's done, so we're gonna go kill him? Like, you know what I mean?
We're
Like,
gonna have a good old hunt.
Yeah.
Yep,
Everybody
exactly, bro.
hunting for fish.
Like, what's her like? I'm trying to think. Like, is she so stoked for this cake where she's not gonna care,
Yeah,
or
I
is
just
it
don't
like
think
I'm
she's
so
gonna
stoked
fuck.
I'll deal with it later? You know?
Bro, it's one of those things,
I
bro.
think it's the
Like,
latter.
dude, with the J stars when you wanted to pick up your copy, would you really care of anything else?
Oh no, that kid was almost dead, monster.
You know, but I'm saying like you wouldn't care about any other. Like, dude, I'd be
Hey,
like,
right. She's got Mihawk eyes.
like if I went in a car crash, I'd still like lip my way over to the
You
GameStop.
notice that?
Oh, wait, what happens?
Did you notice that she's got Mihawk eyes? I didn't even notice that.
Who?
Big Mom. Look at her eye. On the last page.
Mihawk eyes confirmed. Curse
Yeah.
is the word.
She's awakened her observation hotkey.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but she got the same shit. Like same
I think she just got the crazy eyes, man. I think she really wants that.
She
Cake.
does look pretty crazy.
Like Cat Curry's eyes were interesting to me though, but like I don't think they're anything crazy. The question is, will Cat Curry be a swordsman?
I think
That's
he's
so
I don't
far.
know what he
Like,
is. He's
this
a
had
god.
no
He shoots jelly beans from his fingers through
Yeah.
people's heads.
I think
Majin
he's a
Buu.
fighter. Hand-to-hand fighter.
Oh, it's Steve-O. Are you still here? Me and Steve were talking about earlier, but the
Yeah,
worm
I'm here.
dog.
I'm here.
Tell him about the what you said earlier about worm dog and Cat Curry.
Oh, all right, yeah. Look. What if Worm Dog got the caterpillar devil fruit and he underwent a transformation just for this special occasion?
Yeah.
That would be fucking wild.
It'd be so hype though. I'm not gonna
Maybe
lie.
they look just alike.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard it here first from Steve-O.
Yeah.
Could that guy with the tail be the drug dude?
The drug. I don't think so because the drug dude was. Oh no, I'm thinking about the loan shark.
Oh, and to go back to what Milo was saying about the different industries that we haven't seen yet, I think it could be the drug industry, like he was saying, the weapons
I saw the
industry.
drug.
Not the drug industry. He looks like
No,
his
his name is the Great Mortician. I think he deals with getting rid of
No,
dead
it's a
bodies or
drug.
something.
No,
Like-
that there's
His name is Drug. His name is Drug Pelco.
No.
Oh, that's his name? I thought that's what
Yeah,
he does.
Drug Peclo was his name.
Maybe.
I think we might see a blacksmith.
His name is Drug Peclo.
The Great Undertaker Drug Pelco.
Yeah.
So he gets
Yeah.
rid of the bodies.
Yeah, he
I mean,
probably
the
do
only-
something with assassinations or something. And so we might see somebody dealing with the drugs. We might see somebody with alcohol. And other than that, I'm pretty much lost.
Get ready
I
for all
can't
the
think of
theories
anything else.
afterwards. The concealer Giberson is like related to Vasco's shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alcohol and shit. Yeah.
oh,
Hey, he's got a drinking problem.
I thought that was literally him when I didn't think they were related, but literally when I was looking at it, I'm like, is that Vasco shot? Why is he here?
Yeah, because Vasco's shot, like, what's it like? He's like considered like below giant level. Like, what is his like size?
He was so pretty tall. He was just big. I feel like he was just like
15 feet maybe.
At least this guy we can say is like what 10, 11?
Probably.
So yeah, I mean, like, it'd be crazy that's his dad, and then just like Vasco Shock, was like the kid of this like storage industry titan.
Oh, Vasco shot is 16 feet 11 inches.
Okay, so this dude's got to be at least like 11, maybe 12. And
How
then
tall was Whitebeard?
Whitebeard was 18 feet tall.
Oh, sorry, 18, yeah.
Whitebeard was a fucking tall ass dude.
I don't know, like the two most hype ones I have right here, though, honestly, are Morgan's and then Stussy.
The Struzy, like,
Stussy.
like she was just interesting because like we're saying, I don't know if we were saying on stream or Discord, but like I was telling Dan, like she's the only human looking person to me of that group. I feel like the only normal looking like person.
Yeah, so like she's too.
Well, I mean,
She
according to how
remind-
people read that, they're probably going to be like fodder, weakest,
Yeah.
right?
So I think the opposite.
She's psycho, man. I don't know.
Bro, it's always either the
And
trendy
she
person
looked-
or like the fucking like.
She
weird
looked pretty. She looked so pretty. Like,
I'm always gonna be surprised she's like the craziest of them all.
Yeah.
They like like Big Bird's like crazy, but it's no, it's the woman.
I I don't think Big Bird gets his hands dirty.
I think that guy in the front.
Big Bird.
I think there's something weird about that guy in the front.
I want to see all the Sesame Street characters work under him.
That would
The
be so
comic.
true.
They come. Where's my money, bitch? A 1, 2.
Oh my god. Oh, what's the guy's name in the trash can?
Oscar.
Oscar, yeah. He's gonna have like Oscar as his like right hand man. I've had the newspaper.
And then fucking
Nice.
Elmo.
Snuffleupagus is the right hand man of Big
Yeah.
Bird.
There was when I was looking at the chapter with the silhouette from like a couple chapters ago. There was a guy that I always thought was gonna be the best looking because like it was like it looked like a Furby, like that's the only like that or like there's a gremlin. Like it looked really weird. Like it was like a furry looking dude. And like I don't know why I thought that was gonna be something that we're gonna see like super OP. Just how stupid that person looked. Like dude, not really a spoiler, but like Toriko, the Dawn slime,
Oh yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking it was gonna be.
I don't know.
I don't know if Dan's sleeping or not. But,
What are you talking about?
he's just getting so quiet out of nowhere. But
But I'm letting other people. I don't want to like only talk. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything else. Like I've talked about the sweet tooth with Katakuri. Dude, I'm still looking at like his eyes. Like I don't know, they look weird. His tattoo and shit like that. I liked and like the cowboy boots, bro. Little spinners on them. I thought that was sick as fuck.
I think kind of. I think his little deal is he can make anything into a weapon. He's fucking dope for it. Coat it
Yeah,
with
because
something
like
really
be able to mold
hard.
things into shit.
Or he can just make anything like really hard and kind of like how hockey works with weapons.
Yeah.
How fucking what's his name? Virgo had the
Bubble.
bamboo. Like he
Oh.
just he just make that shit for anything he picks up.
Yeah. Anything else you guys can think of to talk about? The only thing I would say is like we got Reiju talking about like how she went to a different room and she's like, oh, like Sanji's like here, like why didn't he run away? It's like, do you think at all she's gonna like realize that there is some sort of plan, or do you think she's just gonna like figure out when everyone else figures out?
No.
Oh, I don't know, because like the whole it's so weird though, man. Because the whole thing with Katakuri seeing into the future and shit, I really feel like Big Mom has to be able to have some like similar ability to that, if not like an extended ability to what Katakuri has.
Yeah.
You know, because she knows what's going on. It's just like,
why wouldn't she know about everything? You know.
well, I don't know. Like the way I look at it is like maybe she's trying like playing them into her hands, and then like I keep on saying with the whole broadcasting thing, but like if she really wants to make people look like a fool, then like she's probably the type of person that would broadcast to like lure them in and stuff. And it's like, oh, I got you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the way that we were seeing so much of Capone's plan, it makes me believe like it's setting up for Big Mom to like turn the tides on it.
Yeah. And the only thing else I was gonna say too is like it's just interesting too how like the first son and the second son like they seem like they're in like their 30s. I feel like they seem pretty young, whereas like the fucking like the daughters are super old.
Yeah.
Like or at least Brule super old. What was Brule like? I thought she was like 16th or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Like,
she looks old. She's like in her 60s, honestly.
What was she
I think
doing?
she's the 8th daughter, maybe the
Eighth.
6th.
Yeah, something. But like I'm saying, like, dude, if she's the 6th or the 8th, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the first look like?
Yeah.
The first is like fucking decrepit.
Hey, I'm still holding down. It's gonna be Bonnie as the first daughter.
Because like it would be crazy too. Like that's what I was thinking about too. Is like if Bonnie is like related, which I think she has some relation. Like if Big Mom would make her like make all the sons or something young.
That would be crazy. Or let's say like she got off the phone, plot twist, right? She found out that Bonnie's gonna be coming, so they're holding it down because she's like the craziest of them all.
No, you can't find out you're coming. You have to get invited. You know what I mean?
Bonnie calls up, is like, "Yo, I'm coming to my sister's wedding." He's like, "What the fuck do you mean?" He's like, "What do you mean? I am coming."
What if Bonnie's the mom? She just keeps making herself younger or whatever.
Yeah.
I jump off a
Yo.
cliff, man. Like you have no idea.
Brule got the same nose as the storage tycoon.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like the brokers were married, maybe like to one of them.
What if that's her daddy?
Yo, the
Oh,
one
right.
of-
Bonnie's the mom of all of them.
the
Yeah,
Coop-
Giverson got it in. You know, gave birth
That's
to-
probably why his eyes look so funny, because he drinking his pain away. Like oh my god, I can't believe I gotta come back to this place.
the flashbacks.
Oh man, yeah, he has Vasco shot and Brule. It's crazy. Oh man, Anything else you guys want to talk about? I guess I could do like our ratings for the chapter as
Um,
overall.
I was mad that it was short. That's the only thing, but it was still good quality. I feel like we got a lot of new cool things because I always like new characters introduced. Dude, it's just so crazy because like, dude, before Zoe there was like 866 like named characters in One Piece, and like when you compare that shit to like other mangas, bro, like I can only think of a couple, but like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna remember this fucking Big Bird dude for a long time. You know what I mean?
I will,
Like
man. Like
someone
honestly,
cool,
like
like Worm Dog for Sibo. Like it's something that you
yeah.
remember.
It's like I just can't wait to see like I know like how the anime like how it's been like whatever and stuff, but like just to hear the voices, I don't know what to imagine what kind of voice he's gonna have. It's gonna be some, like some troll type shit.
It's just gonna be Dio. It's me, Cuckoo Bird.
Oh my god. It's Aokiji's voice actor just replaces Aokiji with Morgan's instead.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. Let me see. Draco was asking, you guys think that Capone played along with Katakuri, or he could like change the future, or he couldn't change the future? I don't know if Capone could be playing along. I mean, the fact that he
What do
just
you mean
saw,
playing along with it?
Yeah, to say like define that.
yeah, because he didn't notice like Katakuri.
As
was,
in
like,
Capone said what he said because Katakuri said that he would say it, and therefore he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll just say it anyways."
I feel like no. I feel like it's just like he's just
No,
that good.
dude, he read like he could see the future. Like,
Yeah. He said he's the worst possible person that we can have in this situation, and like I doubt, like I don't know, like the fact that we got that little Nova Katakuri, bro, that guy's too disgusting at this moment. Man's flicking jelly beans to your head, like you best be watching out.
Yeah. Like I know Dan said it multiple times, but bro, they thought that was a gunshot. Like that's how fast it was going.
Like yeah, like dude, like oh, I thought that was like the like the shell of like the bullet and stuff, right? And then when I seen this like in the text, like the jelly bean, I'm like, bro, like what?
Like when I thought that, I thought of like Lucci, like with his Shigan, right? Or, like how he had a special version of it where it's just like he could do it through the air and shit like that. He could flick it in the air, kind of like Milo was saying about can't think of his name right now from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Wait. Tagoro, yeah.
Sniper.
Wait, what?
Sniper. Is it?
Was that his name?
No, I'm talking about Tagoro with the air gun.
Right.
Yeah. It's Tagoro, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could literally just flick that shit and like kill people with it. Like I feel that's what it is. It's just like a long range Shigan. Like he's just flicking that shit around. It's like if that's his like ability, not ability, but like if that's like just a base thing he can do, is just how OP he is. Like I can't wait to see him do it with like an actual like weapon of some sort.
Yeah.
Like imagine him flicking a jelly bean at the rocket before it explodes, and that's how like they stop it.
I'll be like, who's his matchup, honestly? Because I hear people saying like Sanji, and I'm kind of like,
no, I'm sorry,
there's
but
no way, man. Like,
dude, there's I don't care like how nerfed that character would be, bro. I don't care. Like, there's no way. Like, this is how I see it. Even if he nerfs his Devil Fruit, right? Let's say he has an OP Devil Fruit, he can't use his Devil Fruit. Dude, he's just gonna grab jelly beans. You know what I mean? Like, he's just so OP as base form that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, because it's like, bro, it's like if Luffy was struggling to face the third, you're expecting your third to go against the number one.
Yeah.
And this guy's like on a league on his own, man. It's like, I don't know. I can't see. I could see maybe like Sanji trying to step up to him, but he's getting wrecked. Like he's getting destroyed. Like, yeah. I mean, like, and even then, it's like, who would Katakuri's matchup be in a situation? Like, who will be able to go up to the top of the island?
I want to see some people that aren't on this team, right? Like that we know of, like no Jinbei, no Vitos, that like are here, like guess that might maybe fight them. Now, I shouldn't say fight, but, like hold them off or do something. Like, cause like they said, like there's guests that were above, like even the people we've seen like previously. So like I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a guest that is super OP.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I keep saying it multiple times, but like someone like Crocodile coming back, like I could see him being a decent match for Katakuri.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd beat him, but like it'd be someone that he'd fight. So I feel like we're gonna have people that like Luffy might know or something like that, or that someone like Capone knows that's gonna help them if shit goes down, or when shit goes down, I should say.
What would you do with Judge? Whatever to fight him if like all
I
hell
would die.
breaks?
Like I would just die because like, dude, I still think Judge is strong, but I don't think he's that level. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
he's just not ready yet.
I don't know, like, because I feel like like Judges, if anything, is gonna be more of like the scientist and stuff. But like in terms of like his power, like where he like ranks in terms of his power level, I don't want to like downgrade him so badly just because like what we have like with like Chopper, right? Like he's like the doctor, but in terms of his fighting, he's not that weak.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's not their role to be that like straight up brawler.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I feel like Cat Curry's just that guy that's just a straight brawler. So
Yeah.
like wherever he does, like there's no way around it. Like because dude, I just keep bringing up that observation hockey. Like the fact that like if you can train it to be like to unwake it, like this is what I say, like you gotta train it to get to a level where you can get that new power of it. That means like if no one else has that power, they're not to that level of observation yet. So like they shouldn't see things like like be able to react the way you do. Like I'm trying to think of a good like Yawk and stuff like that. Like people like that where like they see it coming. Like how OP like the priests were at first when they had like a mantra. Like they were literally just like dodging shit. Like oh you'll hit from here, from there, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. I still like in terms of my rating for chapter 2, man. Like I still hold it down. It's a 9. It's just like the Katakuri thing. Like that's been something that's been long awaited to finally getting to see, and like the fact that we're actually like in the damn room and stuff for the wedding. It's all a matter of time now for it to finally start. So like the fact that we're getting that kind of progression, like the guests too, man. Like it's just like the set. Like I like this setup because at least now it's like we're getting into like the thick of things with in terms of like what characters are coming, and the fact that like these aren't going to be the last of like these are the last of the guests, but there are still some more guests. Like it was like one section of the room, but if you look like outside of it, it should be more.
Yeah, like you see a time to like in that last panel, you see guests that we don't have names for yet. So like I said, next chapter, hopefully we get like a scene where like we sit down. Like I don't expect to see Luffy's crew for like a chapter or two. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him at the end of the next chapter, but I don't see a chapter focus on the Straw Hats for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is like I have this weird feeling we're probably gonna go on break next week after this like the next chapter, because I feel like it's been too long. Like like this is like what now 4 chapters in a row, 5 chapters that he hasn't gone on break.
Yeah, like
just go with it, man. Don't jinx it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But it's like, bro, like this guy's probably gonna end up like killing himself by accident, just like putting out the greatness.
Get carpal tunnel,
You know what I mean?
die.
Yeah.
But no, like hopefully, like he keeps going. Like I expect, whenever, like again, if we see the Straw Hats at the end of the next chapter or something like that, I could see him then going on break to like give us the time to hype it up.
Yeah. I don't know. Any last stuff any you guys want to say? We should probably almost wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I got nothing personally.
Dan, how about you? Nothing. Okay, Chatty, what about you?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, the hero
Okay.
chat.
Dragon, you just joined. Do you have anything to add?
The chapter was too fucking short. As I started to get hype with Katakuri, it's done.
Why does everybody say it was short? Y'all don't realize we got 4 double spreads?
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
dude,
mean. Like it factors into
Yeah, like just
Yo,
from, like when you click from one page to the next, it's like when I got to that, because when I got done with it, I was like, okay, like it's super early in the morning. Maybe we just like had one of those scenarios where like we didn't get all the pages, like because it was like an early like scan or whatever. So like okay, maybe like we're gonna get more pages, so I'll wait a couple hours. Then I woke up like when I got back from work, I woke up and I was like, okay, like I'll see if they maybe ever like got more like pages.
yo,
Like we didn't get anything else.
it's like I didn't give a fuck about Jinbei. Okay, I mean I didn't give a fuck. Okay, I didn't give a fuck about the guests. I'm ready for this fucking party to start. You know? So then I see some hype shit, and it's like 1/3 of the chapter is what I care about, and it's done. You know?
Well, we have to get proper introductions to the guests.
Like,
I mean,
we
because
get it. Jinbei's a pussy.
they're important people.
You know? We get it.
Yeah.
And I agree with the Jinbei thing. I think that could have easily been done in one page, because a lot of that was just reiteration of things that we already knew. The only thing from that we actually needed was the roulette thing.
Well, I'd say the roulette, and then like the fact that like the security will be lessened around that time, because that was the big thing people asked about, was like, oh, but like why would the security be less like when they're coming in? Where like I saw it as like they were so lax. Like they didn't
yeah. You talk about
other than that, like
around the island.
Yeah, because like realistically, normally you shouldn't be able to leave the island unless she says you can leave.
Yo, at first I thought that Akainu would have take out Big Mom. But now I believe, hear this, you heard it at first. I believe that Shanks is gonna get double teamed by Akainu and Black Bear.
Oh, dude, that would be. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see it because I feel like Shanks would put up such a good fight that like even if he were to lose, it would still be like you're still the best. Like
Yeah. That
Yeah.
way he'll be just like Zoro. He could lose and still take the
yeah,
W.
the honorable L, the one
Yeah.
the very few.
Mhm.
Um, but now like I don't have really anything else to say personally, so I don't know if anyone has anything that they want to say last minute.
Oh wait, you're closing up?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
man.
stream for like an hour.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
been talking
I'm
for
not
like an
gonna lie,
hour now. I think.
we talked a lot on Discord. Well, I'm still down to keep talking about it on Discord, but just so that more people can be here. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't really have anything else personally to say, so I don't know if you guys have something you want to throw in the last second.
No, I mean I'm pretty good. I think we pretty much covered the chapter pretty well.
Yeah, I say so as well.
Only thing I got to say is that I hope that Pero Spiro don't become like y'all read fairy tale, right? Y'all remember Warad, one of the four kings of Isgard?
Oh,
I don't want to remember.
I hope Pero Spiro don't become like him.
Just
Wait,
gets fucking wrecked.
what happened with him?
He got wrecked.
He was like an extremely overpowered character, but for some reason Hero decided to make him a non-fighter.
Yo,
Oh no,
This
I
is
personally
fucking-
think I was just about to say that I personally think Perospero. Well, not I wasn't. I was gonna say it in Discord after, but I personally think Perospero is probably like Sweet Commander level, if not like above like that. Fruit control, man. We haven't seen
Fruit
nothing like that in the
control, yeah.
series.
Absolutely. I mean, like
If give him some hockey and who's catching up to him? Like
I feel like
the chateau has 9 floors, right? And he made a curling escalator that went all the way to the top.
yeah, no, like
Yeah.
his control of his route,
And,
bro.
and it was fancy.
He recreated the factory of Punk Hazard.
Like, I feel like that's the whole thing with Oda for this. Yeah,
I think Gecko Moria could have done the same thing.
How?
Uh-oh.
with what?
Steve-O.
Gecko Moria had great control.
But he would have made it with soul.
With shadows?
Shadows.
Steve-O, check fruit just
You
zip
trying
his
to tell
hole.
me? Yo, these shadows were fucking tangible. He was making clones and was tanking damage and shit with these shadows.
Yeah,
No,
but
we're
I
talking about
don't.
Perospero, like creating stuff with this route, like creating buildings and recreating the factory.
Yeah.
And Gecko
I
Moria
guess.
never even showed the craftsmanship to be able to do something like that.
Because he was a
Like
lazy fuck.
all he did was make a giant blade. He made bats and he made a copy of himself.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't think and it wasn't like a perfect copy like how Doflamingo does with his string.
Don't compare Gecko Moria to Doflamingo, please.
Well, I mean, we know the end of that comparison.
But yeah,
Let's
I
not
think
go there.
this arc Oda showed a lot of like devil fruits that were kind of like basic devil fruits, but they had like really good users. Like the users completely knew how to control it to the point where like they made it OP.
Yo, if Katakuri, if Smoothie touches you, are you done?
That's what it looks kind of like.
That's
Looks
what it
like
looks
it.
like, bro.
Same with Perospero.
Like
Yeah.
if your armament's hockey, is not up to snuff, you done.
That's what I forgot. Also, if Perospero touches you, you turn to candy.
Candy.
Yeah, he's literally Majin Buu, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yo,
If he can do that in a range somehow, oh my god.
Yo, what if they put him in the game, bro? How they gonna do that?
I mean, dude,
yeah, he's my
It has to be a
main.
cutscene move or something like.
Big Mom isn't going down this arc. Nope.
No, she's not. She's not.
She's invincible, bro.
yeah, you tell
Yeah, she's invincible.
Chatty, we had this conversation before.
I know, but the
Stop
bitch
doing
is
it.
invincible. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Stop saying that. She's not invincible.
She's invincible.
Yo, you break a picture and she scrapes her fucking knee.
Other than that, you can't.
Okay, but what if you don't
That
break
is
the
a good point to
picture?
history.
They probably
Other than
read
that,
the situation totally
Yeah,
wrong.
to the
bro.
Discord, like
Yeah,
that
to
probably
the-
wasn't
to the-
even blood. It was probably jam on her knee.
Yeah,
That's
you know
right.
what? Yeah, you know what? We'll probably take it to the Discord if anything after all this.
I hear people join the Discord. So yeah, we'll end it here, and thanks for everyone that joins, and thanks Chatty for the intro.
There you go.
Oh, I gotta listen to this intro after
Yeah.
this.
Nikki wasn't here. Nikki's too much. He's too many steak dudes for Nikki.
Steak dude and Jaya and shit. Like, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
gotta hear that.
Yeah.
Y'all let Chatty handle the intro?
Yeah.
I mean, Chatty's
I
only
gotta hear
taking
that.
W's.
It's not very. It's not any good.
Chatty's
No,
only.
Don't worry, some practice.
Don't be so down on yourself, Chatty.
Oh. Thank
Nah,
you.
Chatty's taking W's, man. Come on.
But yeah, so we'll go to the Discord for Outer Haven if anyone wants to join. And if people that don't know the Discord, we have it on our front page. There's a link right to it, on the page of Outer Haven as well. So if you guys want to join, we'll just talk about One Piece there and the great manga known as History's Strongest, right, Dan?
Oh man, that's fucking amazing.
So who does the outro?
Dan probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm talking right now. What do you mean?
Oh.
I say, you know what? For this occasion,
Oh.
taking L's right now, we let Steve-O and Chatty take the
Yeah,
outro.
that's what we're in for.
All right.
Get him.
We'll let Steve-O or Chatty start it, I guess.
Outer Haven.
What do I do? Wait, what?
You just gotta say
Just say
disperse.
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 Yeah.
Good enough.
Freedom boys.
Fuck Rackins.
God damn.
Yo, no. Draken had something to say.
Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We them boys.
Hashtag,
We're gonna get some t-shirts.
Yo.
Get some hoodies.